Hey, Every Baptist Churches, this is Travis Tyler, your church revitalization catalyst. I want to thank you all for praying so fervently for my mother-in-law. As of right now, when I'm making this video, there's not a lot of changes in her vent. Some of her numbers look better from her labs, but we're still not out of the woods yet, still 50-50 on what's going to happen. We are hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. So we continue to cover your prayers for my mother-in-law, Ornetta Higginbotham. And today I just want to share a quick devotional thought with you. Since we're heading into Thanksgiving week this week, you should be getting this on Monday of Thanksgiving week. And here's what I want us to think about. Contentment celebrates grace, right? That unmerited favor of God. The contented heart is satisfied with the giver and is therefore freed from craving the next gift from the giver, and is just satisfied in who gives the gift. Here's what's interesting about sin in our lives. And we need to know this as pastors and church revitalizers, because I think there's a temptation in churches to always look to the next big thing, right? Sin does two significant things to us, right? First of all, it causes us to insert ourselves into the center of our worlds, making life all about us. In our self-focus, we are all too motivated by our wants and our needs and our feelings. And because we tend to be more aware of what we don't have than of the wonderful blessings that we do have. But there is more. Because we are so self-focused, we tend to be scorekeepers and constantly comparing our piles of stuff, or if you're a pastor, your numbers with the numbers of other churches in the area. And I'm just going to be honest. Let's just call this what it is. This leads to a life of discontentment. It doesn't honor the Lord and celebrate what God is doing, because there are rubrics that can't be measured in church life. There's a second thing which is of equal significance, and that sin does to us, right? It causes us to look horizontally for what we can only ever be found vertically. It causes us to look in creation for what only the Creator can give. This problem here is that there's nothing in creation that can give us the thing that we need most. Creation was never designed to satisfy the hearts of men and women and boys and girls and pastors. Creation was made for one big finger to point upward to the one who made it all. And that's the only one who has the ability to truly bring satisfaction. Many people will get up today and they will seek to have creation provide what they perceive, what they need as a Savior, to give them what only God is able to give them. And it leads to a life of discontentment and misery. So, whom have I in heaven, right? What does Psalm say? Whom have I in heaven? Psalm 73, 25 and 26. And there is nothing on earth that I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. These are the words of a man who learned the secret to contentment, isn't it? When you are satisfied with the giver, because you have found in him the life that you were looking for. When you discover that, the discouraging existence of things fades away. Yes, it is true that your heart will rest only ever when it has found rest in him. And this is one of the most beautiful fruits of grace, isn't it? A heart that is content, more given to worship than demand, and more given to the joy of gratitude than the anxiety of want. It is grace and grace alone that can make this kind of peaceful living possible for each of us. So won't you take the moment here and just reach for that grace today and reach for that contentment? And remember, pastors, if we're not demonstrating this first and we're not bearing this grace of fruit first, there comes a point where we're just looking at, in the pew, what they're seeing there like a mirror. We're looking at a mirror. So pastors, be fulfilled in who the giver is and not just in the gifts. Thank you guys. Remember, you can reach out to me anytime. Love to work with you and your church. Hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving week.